And that really goes into my second point in that article, which is I think we need to have a real conversation about how we structure the United States military. I think we should be focusing on a much smaller active duty component and a much larger, or at least most of the resources going to the National Guard and the traditional reserves. And I can spend a lot of time talking about why. There's a couple of practical reasons. One is what you've created in the military is not unlike what we see in politics with politicians. What do I mean? We don't have term limits. Politicians, that becomes their career, right? That's not what our founders envisioned. It's not necessarily healthy for a nation to have career politicians in their 80s still serving in these critical things. What we have in the military, when we have a large active duty component, what we have is bureaucratic careerists in the military. You have people that have decided this is my path to have a career, and it can very quickly become more about their own career, their own pension, their own lifestyle, advancing that than it is about the original mission of the military. And I would submit to you, we are better off as a nation with a smaller active duty military and a larger reserve force for a lot of reasons. One is which it is harder for our executive branch to unilaterally misuse the military if we have a smaller active duty component, because it takes longer to get spun up to do some of these, undeclared wars that we've engaged in over time. I mean, we haven't declared war officially since World War II. I'll just take a deep breath and think about that. As a nation, as the Constitution requires, an actual declaration of war approved by Congress hasn't happened since World War II. And when you pause and think about that, say, okay, well, there is something then fundamentally wrong with the way we've structured our military and the way we think about these things.